Welcome back to the past.
Yeah.
I presume.
We got Morrison.
This guy did nothing in this game. This is the only one I've played, so I don't know anything about him. Although you haven't played 4,
Yeah,
so
he might be in 4, but he's not in the other ones.
Dante's like, we got our devil hunting business. How does I got to think about how, like, where's Dante's income? Like, what is he?
Yeah, that's kind of like a big joke in this game is that like
He's very
struggles
poor.
to pay anything. Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna pay you to do this?
Yeah, it's like
Because like like the whole like devil hunting business is like people show up and like they're gonna pay you with like human dollars, like modern money. I could picture like some dude walking in there and paying with like fucking drachma, like ancient Greek money, because they're like crazy
awesome.
old. And he's like, cool, this is useless.
Like, I'm going to starve.
The only way I could imagine Dante actually getting paid by any of the people that would come asking for him to hunt devils is like the gold standard, just like gold.
Yeah.
It's like bars of gold or like gold nuggets or whatever. Because gold is still worth a lot, so... What is gold worth now anyway?
Yeah, their lights are on. He can't pay to keep them on all the time.
What is gold worth?
Oh yeah, while you're doing it, this is like a meme format. He answers the phone and says Devil May Cry, and then it'll answer and it'll be like the EDP, like Ran or like...
Who calls him here? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I
think it's Lady. Wait.
Okay, Morrison, I'll take you up on that gig.
Well, it was someone he was trying to avoid. I just don't remember who it was. Gold per ounce, $1,900 per ounce. Per kilo, $61,000.
Jesus.
Who has a kilogram though? What?
What? Come on. You don't think I can handle
What
this
is
gig on my
diamond
own?
worth?
It's a big job. Big job, Dante.
I'm not the one that gets to do this because traditionally, because they're different. They're different carrots. I'm personally really against diamonds. So like, if I was like going to propose to a girl and I knew she wanted a diamond ring, I would still get her a diamond engagement ring. But I hate diamonds. I think it's the worst industry ever, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's...
Because it's just a horrible, artificial, exploitative market that is controlled by De Beers, and that's why diamonds are so expensive.
Yeah.
Diamonds are just shiny fucking rocks. They don't mean jack shit.
They aren't valuable.
But if the girl I was with wanted a diamond ring, I would get her a diamond ring. Not that I would want to, because I hate the industry, but I'm super against diamonds. I hate that industry a lot. I don't know, I just felt the need to say that. Because I'm looking up 1 carat based on... There's like 5 factors that affect diamond value. It's like cut, carat, clarity. There's a bunch of them.
I remember that from an episode of Adam Ruins Everything that I watched like years ago.
I was gonna say, so a lot of the things we make fun of, we used to like. Me being like Alpharad, that's the first example I think of. But it's a V mission.
Gross.
But he's Adam Ruins Everything. What does he do in Adam Ruins Everything?
Just like it's not a skit, but it's kind of a skit. But like someone's like in like an everyday scenario, and then he Griffin kind of go in slow mo.
Okay, right? That was funny lag.
He's like someone's in like an everyday scenario, and then he comes up to them, and then he just kind of like explains why everything they like is wrong, and then like he follows them around, and there's like actors. It's all like a scripted thing where he's just kind of following them around, and then it like cuts to like infographs and stuff.
And people like that,
I guess.
I mean, you said you watched it.
I didn't watch it. I don't remember. I never really liked it that much though. Like I did like the Big Bang Theory at one point and stuff. But Everything was like just kind of a thing that was on after Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, so there was a period where I was like really into TV, like more than I ever was in my life. Maybe when I was like 13 or so, and so I like watched a ton of new stuff to try to like get into new TV shows. And that we talked about this last time when I was rambling about How I Met Your Mother. I got into it, tried to get into a lot of different sitcoms.
Uh-huh.
One show I remember that was not a sitcom. It was a Comedy Central show. It was called Review. And so the concept of the episodes was that people send this guy. He's like this goofy looking guy in this like brown suit. They would send him things they wanted him to review, like real life things. They'd be like, "Can you review like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day?" And he'll just like smoke a pack of cigarettes a day for like a month, and then he'd be like, you know, I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm cripplingly addicted to nicotine or whatever. But so the show I think had 2 or 3 seasons, but there's this at one point in like I think it's the last season, somebody asks him, please review divorcing your wife. And so he does it, and it's like this super dramatic scene where she's like, why are you divorcing me? And he just won't tell her. And it's like super traumatic, and his life like spirals, and he gets like, someone asks him to review like getting addicted to heroin or something. I thought it was really funny. It was a super funny concept.
I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to remember you might know the guy who it stars. Because I like remember his face, but I don't know his name. Let's see here. It's Andy Daly. You might know his face. This guy? You know this guy?
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, it looks like he was on... It says, yeah, he did that show. He did he's on Eastbound and Down, which I've never seen.
Oh, that's the show. That one?
Yeah, I think it's an HBO show about. I think it's about baseball. I think.
Pretty sure, yeah.
And I've heard it's I've heard it's pretty good. Honestly, there's not a lot of HBO I've heard is bad.
I mean, they kind of pride themselves on that. It's like they try. They know how to pick them out.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work for sure. Just gonna. But it's funny. You sent me that message about how there's those groups of people that are never gonna get over like the end of Game of Thrones and like the end of or like The Last of Us 2. There's like there's those Reddit communities that are like solely dedicated to just hating something that's already exists and people like.
It's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's like
can't say I ever like I can see how people can end up that way, but I can't say I ever had something that I hated so much that I spent like a lot of time just hating it. Because nobody needs that in their life, right? Like I hate. Oh, yeah. I wonder what that achievement did.
It's just.
Oh, that was funny collision.
Yeah, that was kind of jank, and that's kind of jank. Okay.
So that was just bizarre. The nightmare just disappears.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like what like sports teams I don't like. There's like YouTubers I don't like, especially not just like Alpharad, who I think is unfunny now. Like people like The Quartering, who I think they're just like awful humans. But I don't like spend a lot of time hating them. I've never watched a video by The Quartering. I don't look at his tweets regularly. Just occasionally something from Gaming Circle Jerk comes up where The Quartering like defends Hitler unironically, and then we're like, haha, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because like who the fuck would do that?
Yeah, it's just he's such a loser.
Another Hitler defender, Candace Owens had this quote that was like, have you heard this quote where she's like, Hitler, his problem was going outside of Germany. If he just wanted to make Germany great, that would have been okay.
Oh yeah.
Really an incredible quote, considering like the Nuremberg laws were passed in 1935, 4 years before he invaded Poland.
Yeah.
Really an incredible quote. Really, he just took over Austria, and they were cool with that. He basically dissolved the Czechoslovakia and took over that. Like, it's pretty ignorant. I'm not trying to get political, but hating Hitler is not a political statement.
Yeah, no. It's
saying Nazis are bad is not a political statement.
Yeah, that's like when Wolfenstein. I don't know if we talked about this, or if I think we may have last time, but it was just like when the Wolfenstein Twitter is just like,
fuck Nazis.
Yeah, they're like, fight some Nazis in Wolfenstein 2, and people are like, actually, I'm not.
People are like, well, I don't want to do that because, like, but what can I? Oh no. Because you can't argue for Nazis. The most common argument is, but like, what if I wanted to fight communists instead? Yeah, it's like, okay. Like you want to you don't really have you don't have like any real thing to argue about here, so you're just kind of being cringe.
Yeah.
Like, yes, communist regimes also killed a lot of people. That's not what Wolfenstein's about. Anyway, so I was holding this one for a while. I said when we were driving here, because we've been going pretty good in conversation. I haven't had to bring up bring up anything I've been thinking about, but I said I was going to bring this up, and that is, I had a story from work from last night. So this week at work, I had to close 4 times, and so I was at work past 1 a.m. 4 times this week, which, well, 4 times in, you can see the schedule there, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And I only have it once next week, which is nice, but then I have 2 shifts I can't work, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Anyway, when am I going to go into work and figure that out? Anyway, so last night was probably the craziest story of my 4 nights working night shift, because closing shift, you see weirdos and stuff, and like, you know, tweakers and crackheads and whatever. But the last night, so we're instructed if somebody's stealing from the store, and Van has not heard this story actually. Other people have. Van has not heard it. Oh, people are stealing from the store. We can't do anything about that. We're regular employees. We're not security or loss prevention or anything. Loss prevention guys are allowed to do something about that. We're not allowed to do anything. If we confront them, get in their way, you know, try to take their cart, touch them, we just get fired. So we can't do anything about that, right? You know, it like nobody who works with you is gonna like think of you less if you get fired for like, you know, getting in a guy's face because he's trying to steal a bunch of shit, but you just will get fired. So like, why would you try? Why would you bother, right? Anyway, yesterday, a crazy fella talking gibberish was about to walk out with a cart full of shit because, you know, as you do. And I learned later I looked at what was in the cart afterward. It was full of soap. So much soap. He was taking like all of our soap. I don't know why. But anyway, this like tall old white fella in like a U.S. Navy cap and like a gray beard, which he was underneath his mask, obviously. He was like waiting at check stand number 3. I was at number 4 because I was closing. This was at like 12:30, maybe like the last hour of the day. And I go to him and I'm like, and he walks up to me as that guy's about to leave and he goes, "Did that guy pay for any of that stuff?" And I was like, and all I said was, "Nope." Immediately the guy starts walking toward him very fast and he goes, "Hey, you need to pay for that!" Like his voice was super loud, like immediately. And he's like, "You're a fucking thief. You can't steal this shit." He's like, "You're a fucking thief." And the guy was just talking gibberish, like he just like couldn't speak words properly, which, you know, kind of feel bad for it. But the dude just took the cart from him, and then one of our night crew guys like walked up there and just took the cart from the guy who had taken it from the thief. And then he was like, and he was driving the cart back, and he was like, because so the thief guy leaves, and he's like, "Thank you, sir. We appreciate it."
Yeah. That's intense.
Yeah, no, it was super intense, like very suddenly.
That's like the closest thing you get to like a bank robbery or grocery store or something.
Yeah. So then, of course, when I rung him up, I just went through my typical, you know, "How's your night going? Blah blah blah. You need a bag, all that stuff." And he was like, "It's amazing you guys can enforce the mask rule, but you can't enforce that rule, the no stealing rule." And I was like, "Yeah."
God.
And so in my head, I was like, you should really think about what it takes to get someone to wear a mask versus what it takes to get someone not to steal, right? If someone's not wearing a mask, we say, "Hello, here's a free mask. Please put it on your face. If you don't put it on your face, you have to leave. We will not serve you otherwise, okay?" And so that's all it takes. And then if they refuse to put on a mask, we make them leave, right? Try getting someone who's stealing to not steal. What do we have to do? We have to like physically get in their way. We have to physically like wrestle their cart away. We can't do that.
Yeah.
That's so much physical contact we're not allowed to make, right?
Yeah, people just say stuff like that. Go like be all smug and think they're all like,
no. What do the white orbs do?
They restore your double trigger.
You just ran past one. I saw one back there.
The
Spooky. I remember this part being. I remember thinking this part was really spooky. Anyway.
Dude, finding these guys really sucks easily. That's kind of true for most things in this game.
Yeah, because one of them's dead.
Oh shit. I carried it.
Because Panther can't really reach them. Panther,
Yeah.
is that his name?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if I was just remembering like Persona 5 nicknames instead of their names, because I think that's On's code name.
Yeah, on Takamaki and something like that.
What else? What I'll say is her name's not Anne. It's Japanese.
No, it's Anne, and
And you're wrong.
And you're wrong,
Damn.
and Makeda, and
Ew. Gross. Makoto.
Makoto.
That's really funny. Classic Celeste moment. Anyway, there's this fucking. I read this in call last night after you went to bed. I was reading a bunch of struggle tweets last night in call, and so one of them was like, it was a picture Erica Harlocker posted of herself. She's that voice actress that plays on in Persona 5.
Yeah.
And this guy and somebody responds with IRL on Takamaki, and then the dude writes, "Oh my god, it's so bad." Actually, can you pause? We're gonna go to the next episode. I'm gonna cliffhang here, and we're gonna. Of course, Kyle's gonna watch this. He's already gonna know the rest of it, but we're gonna cliffhang while I find that. Anyway, goodbye.